All right, we're back at it again this afternoon, and we are going to gross old Stego Steve here.
Hey, how's it going, Joey? You and your streaming dinos?
Oh yeah,
Doing some Stego Steve?
Stego Steve.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what everybody's up to, so I'm just gonna grow this sucker. We'll see what's
Hope
going
the
on though.
servers, hope we're popping today. We have a nice, fun fucking Grand Plains because it's been boring the last few times I
Oh
was there.
man, so far today it's been pretty busy there.
Ooh, I'm glad for that. Are people kind of gravitating there more now?
Yeah. So there's been a lot of like herbivores going there and shit, hanging out, and then that attracts the carnivores, so you get some fucking shit going down.
Okay, hell yeah. Well, yeah, the action follows the herbivores, obviously.
Right.
It
The
has to.
predator has to follow the prey.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
I'm
tried to
just
get some
getting
action
changed.
earlier. But fucking, I was on towards the end of the stream earlier. I was on in a marg and we had a herd and we were trying to get some action, but they didn't want none.
No success, huh?
No, man.
Man. I was getting changed from going to Mineral Wells
Ooh, that sounds like something I don't
to
want to do.
yeah. Well, finish help my roommate finish moving,
Yeah, I know.
and
I'm just like
then
that's a drive.
it is that's like a 45-minute drive. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But I think we're gonna do some driving. I'm gonna do some driving lessons tomorrow, so it's all worth it.
No.
I am.
No, I'll believe it when I see it.
Gonna do some driving practice. I've done one. Just his car, the car we were using for it started having problems, and he was like, "No, I probably shouldn't do that anymore." Unrelated to me, it was
Mm-hmm.
just so it was a little bit of a beater.
Mm-hmm.
It was old when he got it.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want somebody to fucking practice driving in. Though is your beater.
That's true. But he didn't want to get stranded.
Oh.
I think we're gonna go drive around our work compound tomorrow since it's gonna be empty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's all. I mean,
There's lots of
that's good. Just get you either. So it's either that, right? Or if you have your
Mhm.
learners, you take them out on the back roads and let them drive on the back roads where there's not any, if there any
Yeah,
traffic is, it could be a little stressful, but it's not like it's whatever. It
yeah, for
lets
sure.
you practice on driving between the lines and all that bullshit back there.
Mhm. Yeah, so the compound we work at has a lot of just easy just a lot of turns you can
Mm-hmm.
to do, and like there's clear defined, decently wide road for you to turn on.
Yeah.
I just need to get I need to get used to turning, man. I mean, turning and parking. That's what I'm really worried about.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um, and also awareness of, making like, you know, is somebody gonna stop? I need to like get used to that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like I feel like that's a huge problem in America. We have a lot of accidents here because people are not cognizant of the road.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in the Philippines, I don't know if you had this experience in like the Middle East, but like, were there a lot of cars there?
Mm-hmm. Not particularly. Like in the towns there can be and shit, but like when I was in Afghanistan, like way out in bumfuck nowhere, they have like these shitty hatchbacks where they have like no suspensions on them, but also the roads are all like rutted, just dirt paths, you know. So you don't really have to deal with too much. We stopped the
No.
vehicle every
Okay.
now and then, and I mean we had our checkpoint where people walk through. Shit, most of the time people were walking through with like camels and shit. What?
I wasn't in quite. I wasn't in the like village part of the Philippines. I was in
Hmm.
the like the civilized like cities part. I think the Philippines, a lot of Southeast Asia is starting to become considered second world countries.
Yeah.
Uh, in that like they have a few cities that are like, you know, you can have amenities there.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, what I noticed the most there with drivers is that they have a huge driving culture. They don't have a lot of the same drive.
Hmm.
Their driving thing is like you just watch out for people crossing in front of you or like passing in front of you. Just you don't get mad about it. I mean, you can honk, but people honk there not to be expressed like that they're mad. They honk to let you know that you're behind them.
Hmm.
They're behind you.
Yeah.
Um,
Or like, I see you.
yeah. Same shit for like yeah, and that's why I think motorbikes and pedestrians are a lot safer there
Hmm.
because it's just so intertwined with the culture. Like motorbikes and pedestrians are just that's what most people can afford in the
Right.
Philippines,
Yeah.
so it has to be.
Hmm.
I think that you just don't get that in America. People are just aren't cognizant. They're like,
Yeah. Well,
oh,
so
I
they're
mean,
riding. I mean, that's what like they had like motorcycles and shit there over in Afghanistan, but like where we were out in bumfuck nowhere too, and it was just because like the terrain dictates, right? So like the shitty dirt paths are easier on a motorcycle than they are trying to drive a car with no suspension.
right, for sure. That makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. I mean, fuck.
And then of
Do you
course
see
they drive around on tractors. That's how you knew
Well,
a
they
dude
do
was
that here.
balling because he had a tractor.
Oh yeah.
You know, something from like the goddamn 30s or something. Fucking like some busted
Yeah.
old fucking tractor.
Hey, if you
Homeboy's
had a
just
functional
homeboy's
30,
just rolling around like like he owns the goddamn little mud hut village because he doesn't have
if
to
you own a
manually fucking plow his fields.
if you own a functional 30s tractor in the US, you're probably balling, to be fair.
Mm.
You probably restored that thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I say 30s. It was probably a little newer than that, but it was not very fucking new. Like it was
Yeah, if you own like a
like 60s or something or whatever.
1970s, yeah, there's like a number of years before it gets to be vintage.
And then
I
like
figure.
the funniest shit was like they would like put plastic over the seat like and it's just like plastic, right? Like just random ass pieces of
Right.
plastic over the seats and shit or something like that. Like, oh, you're preserving the pristine quality of your seat or something, right?
You know what? I respect it. I
Yeah.
respect that.
I mean, I fucking goddamn. Like I remember watching. We were fucking up watching from a fucking OP before, and I was watching a dude doing his field with it, and then like with his buddy or whatever, and they had like it was like the hoe, but it was like where it had like the other fucking handle on the other side or some shit, right? And so one guy would pull one way, and then the other guy would pull it down in the other way. That's how they raked out the furrows.
Oh
So it
man.
was like going
Yeah.
back and forth like a goddamn saw, like fucking just going through making furrows. And I was like,
I know.
fuck that noise, homie.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're fucking talking about. I know your ass has to get dirty, dude. Your legs and everything.
Yeah, it was like a hoe, but it was like fucking dual handles or something like that, and it was like seesawing back and forth between the two of them. And it was like, I was like, God damn, bro's hands are
Well,
probably like concrete.
can't afford a cow. That's what it is.
Oh fuck no.
Um, man. Yeah. You don't really consider how lucky people in the US are to have like good quality beef. A lot of people in other countries don't like beef because the cows they have suck.
You
There's like
you.
more cows.
I was reading something the other day, and it was like stuff I learned from being in like the Marine Corps or whatever, right? Like, and it was like I don't need a pillow or a blanket to sleep. I can sleep anywhere. what people consider cold isn't cold because I've been in the cold, or what's considered hot isn't hot because I've been in the hot in the heat, and it was like all this shit, and then and it was just like the last little bit of it will boil down to like the fact that like you appreciate everything more because you realize you don't actually have to have it. And that, like, running water is so fucking, like, when you don't have running water for fucking, a year or whatever, you're fucking, like, having running water, you're like, holy shit, that's a fucking, wow. Right?
Oh, yeah. I haven't been to that part of the Philippines yet, but next time I visit my fiance, we're going to go visit her hometown, and I am 100% sure that they do the well and fucking ladle.
Right. And so, but the thing is it makes you appreciate everything more, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And the fact, and you realize that like, there's a lot I don't fucking need.
Yeah, I mean, even when the Philippines, you like all the solutions you think of as a in a first world country are they seem stupid. It's like you're like, oh, we don't have running water, so in America you go get a gallon of water from the store. The Philippines, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you gonna buy a gallon of water because that's not sustainable for them. They can't afford that.
Right. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. Just like every time people talk about our education, I'm just kind of like, bro, you have no idea.
Yeah, people here are just not aware of the world. I mean, people everywhere.
They're not aware, right? It's like you don't realize actually how fucking good we have it. Like how the shit that that a lot of people complain about is so dumb. It's not.
It's kind of we objectively have the highest quality of living land in the world in our country by a lot. By a lot. I mean...
Oh, yeah, man.
Shit. Like, and that's what always gets me about Europe. Europe's... Like, the first world countries in Europe are always like, oh, Americans aren't worldly, they don't know what's going on. Like, I can take a 30-minute train trip to a third world country and, like, I know what's going on. Like... That's so insane to me. You're bragging about being able to get a fucking train ride to a country that's been in a war zone for 100 years, and you're like, that's a brag to you, homie. Your continent's halfway not developed. You had way longer than us to do this.
Like I said, whenever they're like, they're like wondering what the fucking problem was in Afghanistan, and I was like, it summed it up the one day I was watching like, I think it was like Jurassic Park 2, and the motherfuckers saw the dinosaurs, and they were like, in America? Like, we had, like, yeah, man, we have dinosaurs in America. Like, they're real. They're alive right now. Like, dude did not know anything about dinosaurs and just assumed that we had those in America. And one of the kids I was attached to, looked over at me with, like, the puppy dog look on his face. And he was like, and it was like Christmas, and he was like, yes, in America, we use them for food. And then I was like, no. And I started to try to explain dinosaurs and how they're extinct and shit. With like I had got the terp over and I was trying to explain it, and they were looking at me with a confused look on their face, and I was just like, you know what? Just tell them no, they're dead. They're all dead. All the dinosaurs are gone. No more. I was like, this is way beyond them.
It's gonna be a bummer, like, because if you told them it's like, oh yeah, it's like a dragon that never existed, then it's like, oh, that's cool. But then you have to like hit them with the truth bomb like immediately. It's like, yeah, dinosaurs were real. They're the coolest thing that ever fucking existed, and they're dead now. There's nothing you can do about it.
Like that's what I was like, no, okay, so dinosaurs were like, I was like trying to be like, dinosaurs were alive millions of years ago, right? They lived on the planet. We know that because we find their fossils. I said, but a long time ago, a giant meteor hit the Earth. Like I was trying to explain, like, yeah, they're real. They were real. They were real things. but like a meteor caused an extinction event and like caused an ice age, and then most of them all died out, and then like I was trying to explain this, but the look, like I said, like the look on his face was like I was trying to teach calculus to a 3-year-old, and I was just kind of like, just tell them they're all dead now. Just tell them yes, but they're all dead.
I get it. It's a hard concept to wrap your head around when your whole life has been, you haven't had the opportunity to, get into topics like that.
Yeah, like I can count to 20 because I have 10 fingers and 10 toes.
I mean, it's not their fault. It's just how life is over there.
It's just how it is over there, right? They don't have like that education thing going. Like whenever we were like, "Hey, do you guys want us to build you like a school or something like that?" And then they were like, "No, we want another canal."
I mean, yeah, what's really fucking useful to them? A goddamn canal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't understand the value of a school. I mean, realistically,
right.
Honestly, in a third world country, the value of a school, you can't understate the value of education.
Yeah.
But the value of school in a third world country, they need infrastructure to start worrying about fucking education.
You don't understand, guys. This place is like the Middle Ages, but they have cars and motorcycles.
Yeah, you have like a whole Star Trek thing going on over there.
Where somebody has given this underdeveloped people technology that far surpasses them.
And it's fine if you settle them into that.
Most of the families had like a small solar panel they charge like a car battery or whatever, or a motorcycle battery or whatever with, and they use that with like a bit of cord attached to like a light bulb for light at night when they eat.
Man, that's gotta suck. I know solar panels do not typically do well in the desert because the sand just fucks them right up.
They have to clean them a lot. But they had them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, we're this is a battle that is hundreds of years too late to start, almost, or like they're gonna catch up, but it won't be today, and it won't be within the next couple of years.
I mean,
it's kind of like how you watch some of those movies, and like you watch these movies, and like over there in these fucking like third world or like even second world countries, like our 80s or whatever music, right, is the big thing, or our 90s music probably now is the big thing, because they're so fucking far behind us.
Yeah, I mean, fuck me. Yeah, that's the real difference. And I mean, I didn't even know before I visited the Philippines that a second world country existed. But that's the difference between a second world and a third world country. It's like second world's getting there, third world is kind of like they need help right now, and you need to figure out what that kind of help is if you're going to try to help them.
Hey man, it's 100%. Like, you go out to bumfuck nowhere in the middle of Afghanistan, and it feels like you have traveled backwards in time.
Yeah, it's either they need help or you need to leave them alone, because, I mean,
might as well
either
just
one's
leave them the
fine.
fuck alone, bro. Because at this point in time,
here's the deal.
So here's the thing. At this point in time, right? Nobody's been out here in like, 100 years or some shit, right? And then we show the fuck up. And
it sucks
like,
because,
whoa.
We can leave them alone, but at that point, you're just giving, governance of them back over to just the next guy who wanders into their village with, enough force to take it.
I mean, it's like, yeah, Matt, like, so we're rolling up and we're in like, LERs in their fucking labs, and we're in Matt V's, and it's like fucking Optimus Prime has just came into your town, right? You're fucking like, right. That's how futuristic we look compared to them. Like, the Transformers have showed up, and they've walked into your neighborhood, right? Hunting for the goddamn Omnispark or whatever. And you're just, Joe Mohammed trying to fucking be like, yo, I get all this crazy shit you guys got going down, but what I could really need is you dig me another ditch over here so I can put water through it so I can have more crops.
Yeah, actually, I'd love to eat. if that's cool with you guys. I'd love to eat this week. If school's awesome. I love where you're going with this. Very cool.
Bro, I don't even know what this school thing is you're fucking talking about.
What I'd
But
really love is another date tree and some opium. Tree and some-
for you to stop coming and fucking burning my weed fields. That's for my medicinal use. Like 100%. There was like this old ass dude in the village, like right on the outer edge of the village or whatever, and he had like one or two pot plants, and it was like we were like, "Do you want us to do anything?" And they're like, "Nah, fuck it." And it was like some like old motherfucker, and we were just like, "You want us to do something about it?" Because like I don't feel like we should. This fucking old ass bro, and then one day we did a fucking like long ass fucking patrol, like. I think it was like goddamn like 6 clicks out or some shit like that. And we went out because we were like doing the whole like, hey, the new rule is you guys can't grow drugs or whatever. And we got out there and there we were talking to the dude and he was like, look, I'll take your little flyer. I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, I'll take your fucking flyer. I'll say okay. He's like, but I'm gonna keep doing it because this is the first time anyone has been out here in like fucking 15 years. So I'm just gonna keep doing it.
I mean, yeah.
And in 15 years when you come back, I'll be like, okay, I'll get rid of it, and then I'll just keep going about my day. They're so fucking far out there in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. They're goddamn 100 fucking years behind in the times, still using goddamn sticks with fucking dishes on them for weighing grain. You know what I mean? Like old fucking school scale. Was the guy puts it on his shoulder and weighs it with like lead fucking weights, little lead weights to fucking tell grain weight. Like, bro, nah. They don't give a fuck.
Big like drug organized crime or even thief problem over there that was causing this kind of like regulation, or are they just kind of like
They were trying to fucking do the whole fucking like America crackdown on drugs thing.
bro, what? It's not your country. Just be cool about
which
it.
is
Why do you
not
care?
enforceable, right? It's not. Wasn't enforceable.
Yeah. I mean,
When you have an entire culture that revolves around crime, it's not enforceable. Almost had. Okay, so like this. We were like at this. Like it was a shit little village, right? This fucking place probably had like 15 or 20 people in it or some shit, right? It was small. I might be under exaggerating, but like they had fucking like barely any people, and they were fucking pissed off because I was like, what the fuck is going on? And my border police were like, oh, we'll take care of it. And they were like trying to get them to disperse or whatever, and we were like, no, what the fuck's going on? Why are these people mad? We haven't done anything. Matter of fact, I've been coming into their fucking little bazaar and buying fucking like sodas and fucking like cigarettes and fucking chickens and fresh vegetables and shit for fucking months now. Why are they mad? And they were like, oh, no, don't worry about it. But we were like, no, we're figuring it out. And comes to find out, there's this one fucking mud hut that has like a satellite dish on it, like a dish on it. And it allows them to make sat phone calls. And apparently the AVP were fucking making calls back at fucking home and shit. And they were doing it on credit. Right? And so they, like, a bunch of them owed fucking this dude money. And he was like, I need my fucking money. I want my money. And so it was causing a big hubbub because they were buying, like, groceries and shit, all kinds of shit in there on credit. Right? On a, like, I'll get you back when I get paid. And we were like, what the fuck? So then come to find out, we were like, well, what the fuck? Well, when are they getting paid? And come find out, like, they were like, oh shit, yeah, the fucking government was all like, their government was like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot we have to pay these guys. And
the local government?
Then no, like the main government for Afghanistan hadn't sent a pay guy down to pay these dudes, and it's not like they don't have like bank account things, so they have to send a guy in a convoy with like a little lockbox, and he has to go name by name and pay these dudes. Right, and they haven't done it in like months.
God damn. I get it, yeah.
And then when the guy gets out there and we fucking calculate how much they're supposed to be giving them. They weren't giving them all the money, and then they were like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And he was like, "Oh well, you know, some of the money's been taken from the top, you know, because that's what." They had to, like, oh, they had to take money or whatever. So, like, the guys up above them are skimming off their checks. And then the guys above those guys skim off their checks. So, it's like this trickle down of fucking, like, I'm going to take a few bucks from all these dudes.
It's like, realistically, it's like, you probably saved those fucking dudes' lives. There's a pretty good chance they were gonna get mad and fucking start fight with dudes with guns pretty soon.
Oh, they were gonna fucking. Odds are they were gonna kill themselves because we had one dude like one dude was holding an RPG at like close range to people with the fucking goddamn back of it pointing at other ABP behind him, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" I was like, "Yell at that motherfucker and tell him to put that fucker away." And I was like, does he not realize he's gonna kill himself and fucking people behind him? Like, what the fuck, bro? Fucking rockets fucking have backblasts. If you're behind a rocket when it shoots off, the chances are it could kill you.
God, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that it's good you were there because it sounds like the other guys didn't give a shit. They weren't gonna give a shit.
They were trying to sweep it under the rug, like, oh, they didn't want it to fucking us to find out that they had been fucking borrowing, or doing shit on credit, and that's why people were mad. Like, it's kind of like, you have to think of these dudes are like, they were like my age or fucking some of them older, right? And you have maybe onesies and twosies that are young guys, but most of them you got to think all of them are like children. So like I had to treat them all like kids. And so it's like your kids, like, not wanting to tell you they fucked something up. And they're like, no, I'll take care of it. No, I'll take care of it, Dad. Like, and you're like, nah, man, this is beyond your level of taking care of, homie. This is a big problem, And so we had to get in touch with the fucking, headquarters and be like, yo, what the fuck, where's my guys' money? And then they had to fucking follow the fucking line until they get somebody out to drive out there to give them money. And then we had to sit there with them with their paybook and go through their paybook and be like, bro, no, that's not how much you're supposed to be giving him. And then, like, they wind up running out of money because somebody had been skimming.
God, that sucks.
So you try to get people paid the right way and get paid their actual wages, and then some people just don't get paid because somebody off the top was skimming. Like, it's ridiculous. And that's just how that shit works over there. How it worked.
Yeah.
Not that it was right, but that's what they did.
What are you going to do about it?
I mean, you can try to fix it, but you got to fix it at the top. And we were trying, but at the same note, you're trying to fix something that has been going on for hundreds of years.
I mean, the thing is, I think just some people aren't really ready for, or I guess they aren't prepared for the amount of societal advance. It's like, some societies are immature, like a child's mature. If you tell a child, hey, you need to eat broccoli, it's good for you, it actually tastes pretty like this way, they're gonna be like, you're fucking stupid, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, this is disgusting, I can see no reality where it tastes good, I don't care if it's good for me, I don't mind dying at 50, and then they grow up and they're like 20 and they're like, oh shit, I better fucking do something with die at 50. Fucking do something.
Yeah, sadly their fucking I need to do something was too late. Because fucking they're now ran by a fucking terrorist group, so what are you gonna do about it?
That's how it is. I mean, it's probably historically how it's been. You call it a terrorist group right now, but what was it called 200 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Was it the same thing? The same? Probably. Yeah, I don't know. Terrorist group sound. It's like a, you know, I get the implication, but at the same time, it's like I guess
It's
you
like
can't even call it
it's
a
like
small army
it's
because it's
like you
probably
go
not
to
even big.
it's I mean it's like religious extremists is really what it turns into being run by, right? And it's guys we went in there to kick out, and the guys that we put in their place were fucking inept, and then and then those same dudes just came and took it back over. So it's like, what the fuck, bro? And like I was there, so I can tell you that we were being told not to fucking chase fucking Al Qaeda.
Dustin's been working on his
We were
truck's
or the
radio.
Taliban.
Like,
We were being told not to fucking go and fight them because they had
Dustin's been
passed
over there
up.
working on fucking truck's radio for like 30 minutes. He's texting me. He's like, I'm fucking giving up. We're going there with no radio.
Uh, can you plug your phone in?
Not in his truck.
Oh my god! What
So
the
too
fuck?
old. Yeah, he
It doesn't
drives
have
an
a
older
cigarette
vehicle.
lighter.
I think it. I don't know if he has a jack in there for it. I have no idea.
I was gonna say if you get that, you could at least plug it in, do some Spotify or something.
Yeah. Um. All right. Well, you enjoy your
Oh, I
dinos,
will.
buddy. Your Stego, Steve. I'm gonna head out and do some moving.
All right, man.
All
All right,
right. I'll see you later, man.
later, homie.
Bye.
Bye. Riverish. I think it's a saltwater river though, so that's not fucking useful. Hello, milk caps. Let's see what we got. Hide. Ooh, that's a lot of pine cones. chill, chill. Mm. I got a little thing of water over there. I might go check that out. Where was that? So we go up here. Maybe I'll do it there. Nice. Hoping the big green patch has a berry bush in it. I do not see one. Oh, there's some fucking mushrooms. Not food, though. Why would we have that? I know there's a berry bush across the way. Mm-hmm. Let him go through. All right, pine cones. Eggs. Green eggs. This way. Nope, we're good. We're good. We're good. We made it. I didn't realize our stamina was that low. Jeez.
Oh, climbing a hill. Scared the crap out of me. Okay. This does not look like the way to succulents. What the fuck is that noise? Are they all here? This one spot? Oh, that's not good. Son of a biscuit. Nope. This is slightly just if there were seconds right here. Let's see what skins there are. Actually, kind of idiots. Hmm. Hmm. Fuck it. This way threw a can of paint on us. Nice. see if we can claim. Which I think we can. I think herbivore claims are separate from carnivore claims. claim the Great Plains. All that it touches is ours. And now we can be aggressive to any carnivores. right, that was fun. Alright, that was fun. We can log out here. We should be fucking fine. The fuck? Connection timeout. Aw, man. Oh. Go ahead and copy that. Oof. That must have been a really big hit. We're down to 34 out of 100. Just hop on the ramp and hang around. Hang around for a little bit. Alright, I think I'm going to call it there for the evening, everybody. It was a great time to play some dinos and fly around and watch a fight go south. But it was pretty fun. So, ta-ta, and see y'all next time.